Welcome back to D&J React, where travel and culture spark conversation.
Every day.
In today's conversation, we've got Filipinos who sacrificed themselves for Korea. Ooh, it's
gonna be a brutal one, I would imagine, if this is about war.
Yeah, I think it is about war because back in the day, the Filipinos did join with Korea to help them in some battle. People in the comments were talking about it earlier on our last couple of videos that we did.
Yeah.
They were some of the Koreans were kind of looking down upon them from Korea in the street interview, that street boss or whatever. Yeah, they were kind of talking down about Filipinos, but the Filipinos were I think you guys forgot who helped you in the war and stuff back in the day, and they said a lot of Koreans don't even know about it or
haven't been educated.
They don't know about the history about it. Yeah, so
that's sad.
Yeah, so I guess some of them, not all of them obviously, but some of them look down on Filipinos even though they helped them back in the day.
Need to show some respect.
They said Korea wouldn't even be a thing if it wasn't for the Filipinos helping them in that war. South Korea wouldn't even be a thing. So I don't know how true that is. I'm just letting you guys know what some of the comments have said. But yeah,
find out.
Anyways, this one is by Jessica Lee, so shout out Jessica Lee. Guys, make sure you go subscribe to her channel. She has a bunch of great content on Korea and the Philippines. She does a lot of traveling stuff, and she has a great smile. She's fun to watch. Also, thank you everybody on GoFundMe, Patreon, YouTube for all your love and support. With that being said, let's jump in.
Let's do it.
Very few number of Filipinos had to fight a bunch of Chinese soldiers. Ang Pilipinas ang unang bansa sa there are comfort women in the Philippines too. Hey guys, Jessica here. Today is June 6th, which is Hyunching or Memorial Day of Korea. So to commemorate that day, me and Sylvia came to the 전쟁 기념관 here in Yongsan. The reason why I'm here is to show you guys a brief history or a tour of this museum or exhibit. As one of the most important or major events in Korea was the Korean War, and during that Korean War there's so many soldiers who sacrificed themselves to fight for the country, and among them there were UN soldiers, and a part of them was Filipino soldiers. So we also wanted to check out that portion in this museum to share with you guys, so let's go ahead. So this is the entrance to the museum. So it's very, very spacious. So you can find all the information on the Korean history in this museum, specifically about the Korean War. In Korean history, as you guys might know, we were colonized by Japan. Japan is the only country that has colonized us. That's why that 35 years in the Korean history, many people pick that as the most traumatic moment because that was the only time the whole flow of our history and culture ceased. And then right after we earned independence from Japan, through the sacrifice of all the other heroes, the Korean War happened. That is also the time when the UN soldiers were also dispatched to Korea to help the Korean War. For South Korea specifically, there were a list of countries, and among them was the Filipinos. That's why there's a really, really famous Battle of Yultong, where very few number of Filipinos had to fight a bunch of Chinese soldiers. 저기 필리핀 국기 있다. So I think this is the UN. It extends 여기. May they forever be remembered. Long live the Filipino soldier. Mabuhay, mabuhay. Ang Pilipinas ang unang bansa sa because the Filipinos were one of the very first soldiers. Who were dispatched. So I know this part of history because I already made a video on it, more specifically, where I went to the Philippine War Memorial site in Ilsan. I'm thankful that the Korean government is being grateful and expressing their thanks to everyone who shed blood for our country. 여기 나오네. 율동. 진짜 이런 전쟁에 대해 볼 때 항상 생각하는 거는 이제 우리가 저때 태어났으면 어땠을까? 맞아. 지금은 상상도 내가 거기 딴 나라 나 이름 알지도 못하는 나라에 불려가지고 난 더운 나라 국가인데 갑자기 추운데 가가지고 다른 사람들 위해 막
It blows my mind that just a few guys in suits in the top of every government send people who don't know each other to just randomly go kill each other when we don't know anything about these people. It's just the government's hey, go kill a bunch of random innocent people.
Yep.
so we can get oil and gold and resources.
Gold, resources, more money, fill their pockets, and you go die for them.
It's like there was like a saying that said like old men that know each other send young guys that don't know each other to kill each other. Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
That's sick. It's so barbaric, bro. Like, how have we not learned from all the wars in the past?
Thousands of years, and we're still doing the same dumb shit.
Not only, like, how have we not learned, but how have the people in the military, how have they not recognized that this is for nothing, for them? This isn't about them. This is about, like, stealing from other countries. Exactly. That's what wars are. They're stealing something from some other country, and they're in battle. Yep. One's trying to protect their resources, and the other one's trying to steal it. That's why the U.S. is, like, in so many wars and little... private wars around, like they use a lot of the drug cartel money from Mexico to fund. I've listened to like CIA agents and FBI agents on podcasts talk about like how the government uses all of the money coming from like Mexico, the drug cartel, to go fund all these little hidden private wars that we never hear about. We never will hear about. And that's
just so they can go raid and get resources and things, bring them back, and then the politicians get richer.
Pretty much. That's all it's really for. So when you guys are like going out there fighting, it's not really for your country. It's about so that your country can go kill innocent people.
And get the resources that they want to fill the politicians' pockets.
Imagine if all the military on every side was just like, we're not doing this anymore.
We're not killing each other. You guys go do it.
Yeah, you guys go fight each other.
So like back in the day, that's how it used to be. The kings would actually go out with the military and take the lead charge and bring the military into battle. Now our politicians sit behind walls watching through TVs, all the people go out and kill themselves.
Our politicians can't even like walk upstairs or ride bicycles or anything. They'll fall over if they stand up. It's so bad.
President would never make it.
No. Yeah, they used to like get on horses and like their legions would be behind each one of them, and then the guys, the kings or whatever, would face off and get off their horses or like fight each other first, and whoever wins, that's what would determine who gets what. But now it's not like that.
희생하고 이게 진짜 This is the memorial hall. So here you can see the overall history on how the Korean War happened. It began not so long after the Pearl Harbor. 1953, the truce began until now. Yeah, so Korea is actually still on truce, formally, right? The overall, the military force, we were highly behind.
Wow.
These are the murals of the
Let me see those numbers again.
Murals of the
I think it was before that.
Right. The overall.
So what is it? I'm guessing this is soldiers. 105,000 for Japan. 198. 0 tanks. 242 tanks. 91 turrets. 552. 960 mortar. I think those are mortars. 1728. What is that? Planes, 22 planes, 226 planes, 11 times more planes. I can't see what that is. 71. Oh, those are ships, 110 ships. Damn, bro, they were outnumbered hardcore.
Yeah, that's
holy
crazy.
Crap.
The military force, we were highly behind.
Oh, Korea. No,
These are the murals of
서울이 불과 몇십 년 전만 해도 이랬다는 거. 한강의 기적이라는 말이 있듯이 한강의 기적? 그런 말이 있는데 한국이 너무 빨리 발전하고 그렇게 빠르게 전쟁 국가에서 현대국으로 발전할 수 있었던 기적을 말합니다.
So if you think about it, this whole Korean War is not so far away. Like our grandparents.
Yeah, grandparents generation, yeah. Because my grandma, my mom's side grandma, her younger brother passed away from the war. Seriously, yeah.
Also, I can notice that my grandma uses a lot of Japanese words.
Oh, same. Same.
My grandma is just so close to me,
right?
But then I can feel how different her time and my time was.
Right.
And also my grandfather is a war orphan. That's why I think we really think of like history education very, very importantly because it's very not far from us.
True.
Even if we did not experience it, we kind of get constantly reminded of the pain and the suffering and then the sacrifice. For the Filipinos, I also have a few friends of mine in the Philippines whose like mom passed away during the Japanese occupation era in the Philippines. There are comfort women in the Philippines too.
I think
What
it's
is a comfort
really interesting.
woman?
Like,
I don't know, maybe like a nurse or something like that, giving aid to soldiers.
That would make sense. Someone who can
guess.
like mentally help them.
That or physically with injuries, things like that, like
Yeah.
a nurse. I don't know. I'm assuming that's what it is.
She's right though. It is super important for everybody to understand history of their country because, like America's trying to erase all the history that we've been learning, which
Trying
is
to
not
rewrite
good.
it.
Yeah, they're rewriting, changing definitions of words to fit their narrative, and basically trying to like go back through everything again. Because if people learn from the past, they're not going to make the same mistakes in the future. But if they can erase the past and change definitions of everything, they can get us right back into those same situations and
Absolutely.
kind of keep it
Yeah,
going.
take advantage of the populace.
Yeah.
Moy, Jessica, me, like always like hanging out in Han River, like everything looks peaceful, but behind that peace, there were so many things we went through.
Right. MacArthur 알지? For some people, he's a hero. For some people, no.
Yeah.
For Koreans, no.
For Koreans, he's a hero,
For many Filipinos, he's
Yeah.
also perceived as a hero, but
but it's controversial.
it's controversial.
For those who know history, like so much in detail.
Deeply,
Yeah.
he's not a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, 맞아. But there's always the common hero though in every country. Like he is for sure a hero. Like for the Philippines, Jose Rizal, he was actually during the Spanish colonization era. Well, he was from a very well-educated family, so he knew how to speak in Spanish, and he
원패소 있다는 분?
yeah, and then he wrote a book. He wrote like this book called Non limitangere. Don't touch me not.
꽃 이름 같다.
It's a novel. 꽃 이름이야.
그치?
I read it. 무조건 읽어야 돼, 필리핀에서. He wrote several books. 얼미탕이네 and also El Filibusterismo. 이것도 다른 책인데. It's all about, it shows like the role of Spanish people in the Philippines. Each character really represents something. Like the chief, like the hardworking one. 그래서 진짜 amazing.
Why
book.
did the Spaniards conquer Philippines back in like the, what was it, 15 or 1700s or something like that?
I don't know enough about it to comment on it. I really don't know. I'd have to study that more.
What, like, I wonder what resources, like if it was resources or they just wanted the land or...
Could have been the land for, naval ships, being out in the ocean,
Yeah,
to have control over the ocean, the waterways.
I didn't think about
Yeah.
that.
Wow. Even if you don't know the Philippine history, 그거는 진짜 amazing book. Because you're learning Tagalog now. Maybe you should read the...
It's in Tagalog entirely?
원래 원본 Spanish, but then it was translated to Tagalog. But there's also an English one, but then there is simplified Tagalog book of that. But I read it in English. So in our generation, we're very, very lucky because like we were born in the era where Korea is
Highly
getting
developed.
and getting the global interest.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Korea boom.
Yeah.
So for my dad, actually,
It's so
this is
funny how,
very-
like, every time after a war, it's like it hits like the bottom of the barrel. It's like the lowest point a country could go, and right after that, all the oligarchs and like big heavy investors come in and just buy the shit out of all the land because it's
been
devastated.
destroyed.
It's so cheap to buy, and then from there you'll see a city boom right after a massive war.
I mean, that's what they're doing with Hawaii.
Yeah,
They
Oh,
destroyed
God, bro.
Hawaii, so now they can all come in. BlackRock can come in, buy up everything, and then rent out all the properties to everybody.
It's insane. They haven't even helped rebuild Hawaii,
No.
but they're sending like all of our tax money to Ukraine to fight a war they're gonna lose to Russia.
Yeah.
100% they're gonna lose to Russia.
Most of that money is being funneled back into
Yeah,
politicians' pockets.
It's being what do you call it? Laundered and washed, through Ukraine wars and stuff. But it's
good times.
always like that though. Like I was listening, George Soros. He always said that. He's like, I love wars. He's like, because right after wars, he's like, I come in, I buy up all the resources, I buy up all the properties and the land, and he's like, I love wars. But that guy's, if you guys know anything about George Soros, he's
a bad dude.
He's an angel. Such a good guy.
No.
Minus everything I just said.
Very, very shocking.
Yeah.
Because until when he was my age, nobody knew Korea. 아쉬운 점은 근데 because of how fast Korea like developed and how big the interest towards Korea is from other countries, sometimes like that
People forget about it.
Yeah, people forget about, or people are not so interested in the history aspect.
Yeah. That's really true.
It's more like what is on the surface, which is like the K-pop drama, which is still good because
the
the
mindless
reason
stuff.
why K-pop was a success, the reason why Korean drama is a success is because of this whole Korean history.
And then boom, yeah.
You know, I believe like those K-pop artists and those K-media that everyone sees, it's kind of like a microcosm of the whole Korean history. Like it really shows the whole Korean personality. That's why if you want to know deeper, you know, the macro of that, it's the Korean history. And then everything will resonate with you even more.
Yeah.
I really recommend you guys to come here. Because it's 너무 잘 해놨어. So like a family just passed by us. The parents were telling the kids, "See, maybe in this video you can see our grandpa." That's how like I think our generation is taught like that.
Yeah. We're educated so like it's relatable.
Yeah.
Like we can feel it.
Alright guys, so that was the end of our tour. And also this coming June 12th, it's the Philippine Independence Day.
Wow. So it's like a really good coincidence.
That's another day to commemorate.
I hope you guys really had some lesson
Yeah.
from what we are saying, what we are watching, and what we just looked around.
Yeah. Let's always be thankful for what we've got today, and let's
Yeah.
always appreciate the sacrifice of our elder countrymen. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
That was really good.
Yeah, it was a good little history lesson. I definitely want to know more about the Spaniards.
How they conquered.
Yeah, I want to know why they did it and like how they did it. You know, because
Well, she might have some videos. We'll have to look a little deeper. She might have something on that part of the history.
if you guys have any videos explaining that whole situation, please drop them over in our community chat on our Patreon. So this was fascinating, honestly.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I don't know. I'm like super big into history and stuff.
Yeah.
The older I get, the more I get into it because I see the same things reoccurring, and I'm like, we're not learning our
Nobody's
history.
learning. Yeah, just keep repeating.
Yeah, like I don't. Do other countries erase their history like America does?
That's what she was saying. In Japan, they were erasing history. There was a time when it wasn't getting out to the people.
See, like that's so messed up, man. Like.
Where you have to dumb down society to be able to control them.
That's true. Yeah, well, dumb them down and also take almost all of their money away so they can't fight back. They can't do anything. They don't have enough money to, you know, pull together
resources
to fight them back. That's brutal, man. But that's all governments. I mean, our government out here in the U.S. does that too. I mean, I think the U.S. is probably the biggest, you know, terror organization in the world.
Dude,
they're pretty bad. That's kind of why I want to leave. I'm like, I don't want to be involved with the U.S. I don't want. It sucks that like I say I'm a U.S. citizen because if you go to like a lot of these other countries where the U.S. has attacked them, they look at me like I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, and I haven't had anything to do with it. It's our government. It's the leaders, not the people.
Yeah, but you get a bad rep coming from certain countries, you know. But good stuff, guys. Like I said, if you have any more video recommendations on the history of Korea or the Philippines or Thailand, wherever in Asia, I mean, we're down to do it all because we're going to be traveling to almost every, you know, country and city out in Asia over the course of the next probably 20 years. That's my plan at least.
Tons of travel.
So I'd love to learn more about Asia's history in general. So we are giving you guys 7 days for free on Patreon, so go check that out. Ton of exclusive ad-free content over there. Jump into the polls, jump into the raffles. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification for more. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on Patreon.
Peace.